Hello folks, welcome to episode 3 of our 20th season at RFC Liege. I'm the Custard Prophet and this is Above Standard. Yes, so we're back after a little bit of a break. I think we had a couple of weeks since we last posted a update here. We've got to the end of the proper season here with Liege, but the question is, how have we coped without our talismanic striker, Anthony Ouadah? You can see his sale did good things for us in the finances. So we've got £10 million in the bank. We've got £3.7 million in our transfer kitty. So that's going to look very good for us in the summer. But yeah, we've got things to think about with respect. How do you replace someone that good? So just to kind of remind you how good he was, here he is. Here he is. I mean, look at this player. And what really highlights this is in pretty much 95 games for us, he scored 70 goals. So that's almost a goal a game. What a massively impressive thing for us. He's done okay in his life in China to start with. He played 6 games, scored 3 goals. Not quite as good as what he was doing for us, but yeah, how do you replace that when you've got no money and no real finances to be able to do that? And people, most of all, aren't that interested in coming to you. Well, what we had to do, we weren't really able to do that. What we had to do is bring in somebody at least who we felt could offer something. And this is the player we plumped for, the Michael Ouadah from Lorient, a young Frenchman. He does what I kind of like in a player. He's fast. I mean, there's some things that I don't really like about him. I mean, positioning is pretty terrible. His concentration is bad. So he's not the perfect player at all. But what he has done is he's sort of sat just behind Otto in the second of that front two and done a pretty decent job. Scored 2 goals in 13, which isn't bad going. He can also play on the wing as well if we need him to. So a pretty good loan signing. We're not really paying an awful lot of money for him. So he's developing as well. Let me know whether you think we should give him another season with us, whether we should loan him again, or whether we should look further afield for a proper replacement for Ouadah. So how have we got on? Well, it's been difficult, I think. Let's have a look at the results since last time. So the game you saw was a 3-0 smashing against Standard. No, we didn't do the smashing. They did the smashing. They had a player sent off. We had a player sent off, and then they went off and scored 3 goals with 10 men against us. So I was a little bit worried there. We followed that up with a good 3-0 victory over RWDM. Julien Lecoq and Demir. I think this is up before. No, Ouadah was on the bench at this point, so we were just kind of feeling him into the game. And Lecoq was the man who was playing back up. So I was pretty pleased with that. But RWDM, weak side in the division, away against Ouadah, who are another weak side. We lost that 1-0. Really poor performance. Followed the next one up with a loss against Charleroi, a late goal conceded. We were 2-1 up. Jacques Otto with the goals, but Salcido finished off his hat-trick in the 92nd minute, which was a little bit disappointing. So 2 losses on the trot. It looked a little bit worrying, and it could have all gone horribly wrong. We did manage to punctuate a really quite rubbish run with a 4-1 victory over Cercle Bruges, another weak side. Valencia, Otto, Ouadah getting his first goal, and Canna. We then drew against Kortrijk, not a bad result. They're a decent side. We went 1-0 down, but Otto scored again. He's been good since Ouadah left us. Away at Antwerp, this was a tough game. We scored early on, Van Hout with a header, and we then let them get back into it, which was not ideal. 2-1 win over mid-table Liège, and at this time we were sitting mid-table, very much mid-table as well, just in the top 8 at this moment. Otto and Valencia, and that was kind of important. But then lost the very next game against STVV, again we we were level for long periods of the game. Julien with the goal. Canna got himself sent off, but it was a 75th minute goal that made us lose this in the end. But we've been playing pretty well, and then we've actually gone on a little run, 5 games unbeaten, and that's including matches against Anderlecht and Genk, which is pretty impressive, and Union, who are doing very, very well this season. So let's run through those games. Good home victory over Basel and Beveren. Just nice to actually get this on the clock, considering they were 2-1 up. They kind of we got back into it 1-1, and then they demoralised us a little bit with their second goal. But Julien scored a couple, and Lecoq coming off the bench, I think, for his goal. And then a very good home draw against Anderlecht. This deserved more. Dreisen got himself a goal, and they scored in the last minutes of the game. We could and probably should have won that one, which was nice. Then followed up that with a 0-0 draw away against Ghent. Very, very nice result. There was not much going on in this game, but I think if you're pulling out results away against Ghent, against Anderlecht, and you've lost your best player, you can't be too disappointed. Union, who are, I think, pretty much high flying at the minute. I think they're 6th in the league. Otto with a couple, Canna, and scoring a late one, thankfully for us this time. So we managed to draw that one. But I was pretty pleased with that. And then we just played OHL. This was a bit of a drubbing. Ouadah got himself yet another goal. It's actually in his second, isn't it? Otto and Valencic. So we're sitting here in a pretty good position. We're in 10th. We've had a period where we've had to try and recover from losing that quality player. But we sit here with every chance of making the top 8, and that's what we're trying to do. Depends on what happens with the likes of Club Brugge, Anderlecht, Mechelen and Liege. They're all going to be playing. Liege will be playing Club Brugge. So if one of those lost, if Liege wins that and we win ours, we will go above Club Brugge, and that's important. And then we just need Anderlecht or Mechelen to drop points, and that's a possibility. Well, Anderlecht are at home against IHL, Mechelen are away against STVV, so maybe both of those games are chances for those clubs to win, but there's a lot of permutations here. There's a potential for us to get in that top 8, which excites me a little bit. It's going to be tough though. We've got to play who are we playing? Genk, who are sitting in 4th at the minute. So they're not having their best season ever, and they'll be wanting to do some good things and show their fans what they're all about as they get into the very last parts of the regular season, and to ensure they sit in this top 4 and can fight for the top place, although it looks like Standard might have that pretty much wrapped up. So team we're going to be going with here, it's a very, very similar team to what we've been playing throughout. We've got some players out injured at the minute, so the likes of Julian's out, who's probably the biggest loss at the minute. So the team we're going with is Otto and Ouadah just behind him. Valencic on the left. This could be his last ever game for the club. He will be leaving at the end of the season after 4 years on loan here. Yeah, that's going to be a hard one to replace again. Bailey is on the right. So then we got Williams and Munier in the centre. We may well go with bring on a Jacquot at some point. And then across the back line, we have Van Hoot, Canna, Rice and Boland with Metzger in goal. I think it's a reasonable team. It's not as creative as it was with Ouadah. We don't have the outlet, the through ball that we kept finding with him. But we've got good players. And we've done well. We're on an unbeaten run. Can we keep that unbeaten run going to the end of the season? We will find out in a second. Right, so here we go. We're going to start, as always, with a bit of an encourage, and we'll see what we can pull out. It's been pretty good. We've not been smashed by anybody. So, first highlight, and Metzger maybe takes a little bit of a risk, but finds Munier. Valencic, he loses it, which is fairly unlike him. He's a good player. So they're playing it around at the back. Is there a danger there? They're through, but I think the defence did pretty well there. And Williams gets found, but there's a lot going on here. And Duarte runs through. That was well done. The left back maybe sold himself a little bit early there to give them the chance, but it was a half chance at best. Look at the league table as well. What we can say is if we get the win here, we'll probably be less than 3 points behind fifth place, which is important. So here we go. Van Hoot, and it's Valencic. I don't know what's going on. Williams. Oh, Meunier. Where were you shooting, mate? Where were you shooting? The goal is this way. You feel that was a damn good chance. Otto, though. It's a ball through. It's Uber. Oh, that's good play. That's really good play. Just a little bit more on that, and he might have found the bottom corner. I think it was slipping in. I'm not 100% sure. But corner. Valencic. A nice period for us here. Might as well call for it. Valencic here. We've still got another chance, maybe. Meunier into Bailey. And Uber, it's another chance. He's had the best chances of the game. Probably want those to go to Otto. So we're sitting here. It's 0-0. At the minute, we're doing okay. I feel we've had the better chances of the game. I think we just want to just more of the same, and hopefully we can nick it later on. Not the most exciting game for you to see, and unfortunately in the other games results aren't necessarily going for us. Club Brugge are ahead. We'll just quickly have a look, pause it for a second there, and you can see here currently we are on 52 points. Most we can get is 54 points. Liege are losing here against Club Brugge, so that's a bit of a bugger for them. Mechelen are up against STVV, only 1-0 though. And who's the last one? Anderlecht up again, OHL, just 1-0. So it can all change. It can all change, and maybe it will, maybe it won't. But Lima has the goal kick, free kick, whatever the hell it is. It looks like we're going to get to that. It's a corner, isn't it? That's what it is. Come on, Valencic. Come on. Do our part of the bargain here. Otto! It's in! It's in! Is that going to be allowed? We're not looking at the referee. It's 1-0. What a great goal that was. Do we go above Liege? That's the important thing. If we go above Liege, I think we've got a better goal difference now. I think we've done better away. We've got a better record, head-to-head record as well. Don't know which one it is, but I think we're winning on both of those. So that we're not ahead against Liege. That's weird. Okay. It's wins, isn't it? It's bloody wins. I guess we haven't won as many. Right, we need things to change. Reese into Boland. Reese. He loses it there. That's not great. Where was... Oh, Boland was up there, wasn't he? Matvev just smashes it wide. 57 minutes on. We need something to happen in these other games. We desperately do. It's still 1-0. OHL now down to 10 men. Liege still up in their game. Metzger makes the save. It is all going on. Come on. Mechelen. They've gone 2-0 up. That's not what we wanted to see. Why did he kick it out? Right, 62 minutes gone. The obvious change that we are going to be making, a tired Meunier is going to come off, and the only change you would be making at times like this is Michael Jacquot is on. You can see Rico Bailey's not had a great game. We're going to maybe risk it a little bit. We're going to bring on Thomas Moulin, who's not played much for us at all, and he's not been fit most of the time. When he has been fit, he's not been involved. So we'll see how those two do. Maybe we'll get a few more chances down the right. Come on. We're into night now, folks. Club Brugge are behind us. So that is good. We need something to happen in the OHL game. Right, 82 minutes on the clock. We're still sitting in ninth. Doesn't matter what we do now. It's all up to other people. Well, it does matter what we do, because if we lose this, then well, we have we don't give ourselves any chance at all. But change there. Roberts is on. Doesn't look like it's happened, unfortunately. We have won it 1-0. Great result. We had some good chances. You look at it, okay, Genk had some decent chances themselves. XG exactly the same as us. Maybe they deserve something out of it. But in the first half and the chance we had in the second half, you have to say the quality of individual chances that we had was better. Maybe Ouadah should have got himself on the score sheet as well. But great performance. Metzger did well when he had to. The back line did well. So all in all, a pretty decent performance. But the big question is, have we managed to extend our season? We know we've done our part of the bargain. It looked like Club Brugge were going to be sitting behind us, which is awesome to be ahead of them. That's a massive thing. But has anyone else slipped up at the last minute? Okay, and the answer lies before us. We did not quite do enough, finishing 9th in the end, and you can't help but wonder, the odd point dropped here and there, late goals going in against us. I mean, if Ouadah hadn't left us, you've got to think we'd be in that top 4. You've got to think we would have 6 more points at least, surely. Because, I mean, he was getting a goal, maybe 2 goals in many games. So he was at least, as we saw, a goal a game. So, yeah. What's Brendan Rodgers been doing at our stadium? I don't like the look of this. Oh, looking at the opposition. But we finish up just 1 point shy of 6th, which you'd think would be enough, but we are currently in 9th because of that. Anyway, folks, we've done pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with it. I think we need to think hard in the close season as to what we are going to be doing. Oh, this is and there we see Valencic says goodbye to Liege, which is going to be a sad thing for us. Losing him is going to be a massive blow. Let's have a look at the squad and just have a think through who will be here next season, who won't. So the other players that we definitely know are leaving. It's Marc Bolan, won't be here. We've tried to offer him another contract, but he is not interested, or he's just asking for something ridiculously expensive. He's certainly a very good player, so we might try to go back there again, see what he says, but I'm not holding my breath. Ouadah, in the moment, isn't going to be here, but let me know after seeing him in the flesh, what did you think of him? Is he somebody we should be thinking about looking to loan again? Because once you loan them once, you can often loan them twice. Royce and Canna will be here next season, so that's important. In terms of other players who are going to be leaving, Wapatele is on his way out. Unfortunately, Mayanga is not one of the players who will be leaving, so I'm going to be trying yet again to get rid of him, but we may not be able to do that. I don't think we've actually got any transfers. Oh, we do. We have a couple of transfers coming in. A young 19-year-old, he is coming. Another centre-back, Karabatic. Let me know what you think of this lad. Looks actually a very good player. Croatian centre-back, very young, only 19 years old. Old lady plays. Look at that determination. But good heading, good marking, good tackling. Some of these other things like concentration could do with improving, but you feel he will get games in our team because we don't have a massive squad, and he will develop. The other player we've got here is Ken Becks, who is another player who's going to help us a little bit out on the wing, on the right side, and potentially on the left side, and also up top. A Belgian player from Dijon, but look at the pace that this guy has. So that's pretty exciting. Pretty good dribbling with the ball. So we're going to set this guy loose on people and see how he does. Okay, folks. Well, that's it for this season, season 20. it's been a season of highs and lows, I suppose. We might have thought we could have done a little bit better. We've had some cracking results. We've lost probably the best player we've ever had at the club for a club record fee. But despite that, we've still given a damn good account of ourselves. Where do you think we're going to finish in season 21? That'll be coming very soon. I'll see you then. But for now, please like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.